welcome back to Valvetronic Designs. And I went out and bought a brand new GoPro. So that of course means that I have to make an excuse to film a video. So we've been getting a lot of questions on our email, Instagram, all of our social media channels about the MOTO GP M2. So I thought I've got to go out and get some flowers for my mother for Mother's Day, and we'll bring you along for the adventure. Show you some sound clips, talk a little bit about the mods of the car, how we ended up doing everything, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And here she is in a little bit better light. The car is a 2016 BMW M2 with, of course, the correct choice of transmission, the manual, of course. The wheels by Richland Forged, 19 by 9.5 with a 23 mil offset up front and 19 by 10.5, an ET35 offset at the rear. Super thankful to have Richland Forged as part of the build. These wheels are kick-ass. Look at how beautiful that finishes. Awesome. In the back at the rear, OEM BMW Motorsport M4 GTS wing. We decided to keep the uprights in the sort of aluminum color instead of matching to the car. Some people have recommended that, but that's one of the other big mods. Of course, rocking our full Valvetronic Designs, full exhaust system. This system, catless downpipes, 4 inches out of the turbo, next down to a 3-inch, and then splits to 2.5 inches all the way back out to the tips. We found that going with this setup instead of going with a traditional 3-inch setup, you gain a lot more power because that exhaust flow is accelerated through those smaller diameter pipes. Think about when you put your finger over a hose, the water is forced to come out a little bit faster. So that was the idea. The other big mod is, of course, the 50-inch roof-mounted LED light bar. Inside the car, it's all controlled via a switch panel here. Got power, front lights. You can see it reflecting off that Bentley right there. Got rear lights, alleys, and takedowns. You can change the flash patterns. There's traffic advisory as well. So the light bar is super rowdy. Obviously I didn't go with the red and blues because I feel as a civilian, if I went with red and blues, I would probably go to jail and then wouldn't be able to make exhaust for you guys. That'd be a problem. So that's probably the most notable mod. In addition to that is a PA system we installed. So it's got your normal horns. I'm in my garage right now, so I'm not gonna play the sirens or anything else, but it's also got a push-to-talk microphone. That really gets to people when you're driving down the street or someone's going too slow in front of you. So that was a really fun thing to install. Everything has been ghosted in. You would never see that these modifications were added. The light bar is actually not drilled into the roof. We had some mounts fabricated using OEM BMW roof rack mounts, so we didn't have to drill into the roof. Wires come down into the trunk, and the wires actually had a quick disconnect right behind here, so that if we need to take the light bar off for a track day, or the police yell at us too much and want us to take it off, it's easy for us to take it off. So that's the car. Obviously, there are a little bit more modifications. I'll link down below. We made a thread on bimmerpost, so you guys can check that out if you're interested in a little bit more of the mods. But the car has the typical bolt-ons, intake, intercooler, charge pipe, obviously downpipe, full exhaust, and an MHD custom tune for Stage 2 Plus. The car is quick, obviously not as quick as an M2 competition, but these N55s sound wonderful. Let's go for a drive. Turn off the lights here. Rear's off, front's off. Good. PA system is off. Also another wonderful mod, one of our sponsors hooked it up, the P3 gauge pod. If you guys are familiar with M2s, I don't know why BMW didn't do this. They didn't put an oil temperature gauge in the car. I'm one where I like to keep my cars low on the revs up until the oil temperature is ready. So I like to keep the car under 3,000 revs until the oil temp is about at 180 degrees. No accelerated bearing wear for this car. So I'm gonna stick you guys to the windshield. Obviously, I don't want this to be a review because there's many more qualified people than I am to do a review, but I thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit around the car, a little bit about the exhaust as well, and we'll be on our way to go get some flowers for my mom. All right, here we go. Flowers at 11 p.m. I got no idea, but we'll find something somewhere. I got the rear light on so you guys can see me a little bit better, and we'll talk about what it's been like to own the MOTO GP M2 replica build for the past couple months. Now, it's very funny because fortunate back here in Boston, some buddies of mine, they have some pretty interesting supercars, 600 LT, a 997.2, 3.8 RS. Got a bunch of really nice cars in the area, and just due to the sticker set and the design and the curb appeal of this car, you could have a pink Aventador next to this car and this car will grab more attention, which is fun, but it can be a little bit daunting because people are always, oh, what's that? Oh, you're police? So that's obviously something it's a give and take. But the car has been very good to me. We picked it up down in Atlanta, drove it all the way back, and it's been good to us ever since. But I'll get you guys some exhaust. This is in the quiet mode. I always start the car in my garage with the valves closed because, come on, no one wants to hear me being a fucking asshole in my garage, so that's how we do it. As we're sitting here at the light, some things that are coming up for the car. A big goal of mine is I want to put a CAE shifter in this car. Coming from a bunch of E90s and then also an E46 M3, this car, although very good, is a little bit numb in the way it delivers its performance. It's very fast, very capable on track. The car has tons of front end grip, but it's still a little bit numb in the way it drives. So I think a CAE shifter, I want to do a new steering wheel, and I'd like to put a bucket seat in it as well. But those are things for the future. Hopefully some sponsors can hook it up. But if not, I'll be shelling my hard-earned cash out for those mods because I really want this car to really be something special beyond the wrap and the stickers and all the exterior modifications. Alright, so as we enter Thorough Drive here in Boston, valves are closed. I'm going to open up my window. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Again, this is valves closed. Sounds good. If you stick a decibel meter to the back of the car, the system with catless downpipes with the valves closed is actually 5 to 6 decibels quieter than stock. This means you can rip through your back roads, whatever roads you like to have fun on, and it's not a problem because the car is not very loud. You can go by somebody full chat, all they hear is wind rushing. Some might say that's a fault of the exhaust not having the correct tone, but for us, this is an M2. This is not, you know, a GT3 RS. This is not an Aventador. This is someone's only car. So if you're gonna have only one car, you want that car to do everything. And if you want it to be super quiet, make it super quiet. And then we're coming up to a tunnel here. So in the tunnel, we'll open up the valves and the car just sounds killer. Hope there's no cops out. It's 11 o'clock now, so we should be in good shape. We'll see how it goes. Itself is extremely capable, but it is missing that CAE shifter. It's missing that connection. So hopefully as the time goes on and we continue to perfect this platform, we can get those modifications. The exhaust, from what you heard back there, that little drive-by, that's why it was quiet. The exhaust is pretty rowdy when it's open. So here's another tunnel. We'll give you some more flavor. getting loose, so I apologize about that, but it's gonna need to be brought in and get fixed. But like all projects, nothing's ever perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek into what the MOTO GP M2 is like. Check the link down below. There'll be a bimmerpost link so you guys can follow along with all the stuff that we've ever done to this car. And if you guys are considering an M2, obviously buy our stuff. But even just as a regular car, if you had to have one car to do it all, this is pretty good. And now, you know, due to the virus and such, prices have really come down on these cars. So if you're looking to pick one up, we picked this one up pretty cheap. You can probably find them in the $40,000 range, a little bit less, maybe a little bit more if you want a competition package car. But even the OG M2 is a great buy. So thanks again for watching. Do all that stuff, like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, I'm not good at the vlog thing. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.